Hey, so this is Danny Archer with USA Mortgage and the Archer Mortgage team with Jeff Pfitzer, which is a social coach and strategist. Well, what does that mean to anybody else? So he started off in USA Mortgage and got so good at social media that they started having him coach other mortgage people to help build their brand and their name in the markets that they work in. He's now so big now that this is literally all he does. He's one of my mentors, so if you've seen some of my videos and the quality's slowly getting better and better and better, it's because I connect. That's if you look, I tag Jeff in every one of my videos. So Jeff, I want to say thank you for taking some time to kind of sit here and speak with me and kind of let's talk about first, how you got into this and what the end state is and advice for everybody else.
Yeah, thanks, man. First of all, it's been fun, and watching you evolve is also fun because that's what it takes. That's the pain that most people aren't willing to put themselves through. You've gone through it. You're pushing the buttons. You're doing the editing. You're doing the things that is very foreign to all of us grown adults. If you didn't grow up doing this is very, very foreign. And so watching your progression, I think anybody watching this, that needs to be the inspiration for them doing the same thing. And as you learn and continue to grow your skill set, you're going to be able to help teach them. So I think it's powerful, and I'm proud of you.
Well, I appreciate that. So let's talk about one of the programs that we utilize a lot. More specifically for me is the Real Estate Mastery Pros. And I know I've sent invites to a lot of realtors out there trying to look at like it's not a gimmick. I'm here to try to help build business for them, and in doing so, it's going to help. Their business is only going to work with me as well, right? So it's not an exclusivity thing. It's not a secret baited ambush, what we would like to call. So tell us about Real Estate Mastery Pros and how that's kind of evolved and how it can help you.
Yeah, so I'm going to show it to you. So what this is this is the back end of the platform that only actually you, Danny, have access to. The loan officers have access to, because the loan officer, the mortgage company are the ones that are paying for this on their real estate agent's behalf. And what it is a little story about me is kind of by accident. I grew influence in the real estate space. I became good friends and business partners with a guy by the name of Tristan Ahumada, who's the founder of Lab Coat Agents, that became by far the biggest real estate Facebook group on the planet. And it's still very big today, not the biggest anymore, but still very big. But I took over their podcast, which allowed me, and now we've recorded over 250 episodes. And over the last 5, 6, 7 years, I've interviewed some of the biggest names in real estate, and it's created relationships for me. And so what we realized a long time ago was, I said, this is so incredibly valuable for real estate agents. I need to figure out a way to make it more intimate than just a podcast, and maybe doing it in a Zoom setting to where people can actually ask questions and be on camera and even get to know these people. And so that's it. I simply leverage my connections throughout the industry, and we bring in speakers to basically teach and talk about topics typically that are very relevant to what's going on in the world. So as I'm scrolling through this, you'll see we actually formalized this platform a couple of years ago. Back in during COVID is when we really rolled this out. And so there's an entire library of content going back several years now. And inside of each module here includes assets. So it's recordings. If for example, database domination, Sam Karamian back in January, and he was talking about how you should dominate your database, and he included scripts. And so when he was talking about those scripts, when they do that, they then provide them to us to then put in the back end so you can provide them to your agents. So whatever it is that is being taught, we then provide that to you so that you can provide that to your agent. So there's a lot of great value here. And really the biggest piece of value that I found that I think makes it really awesome for real estate agents is that this eliminates the potential need for their own coaching. A lot of agents, pay for all these different coaching platforms, group coaching platforms, and this is such a great mixed bag that, you're not just hearing from one person, you're hearing from the experts that are doing the things at the highest level. Just for example, coming up in early May, for example, we've got a guy by the name of Mike Litton, who's a coach from out of Southern California, San Diego area. And he talks about how he teaches an open house strategy to take your open house to very few visitors to 50 to 100 visitors at your open house with a strategy that honestly, it's not exactly groundbreaking, but it's brilliant. And I just don't think a lot of people think about some of the ideas that he has. So that's the kind of thing that we bring on and we talk about and we help educate. And for those that want to consume and grow and learn, it's great for them.
So I find it super interesting. One of the last speakers that we had, he was focusing on Gen Z. I think it was 2 weeks ago, and I found there was a fascinating nugget that he threw out, that 60% Gen Z first-time age-appropriate home buyers are buying homes now. Yeah. And if you don't know how to connect with those people, that is by far the largest group of people that are buying homes right now. And the Sam Karimian one was one of my first Real Estate Mastery Pros classes that I went to. And, look, I'll be honest. I was in the military for a long time. You couldn't be on social media. So it made you very anti any of this stuff, right? And then to start kind of doing the work, and that's causing this engagement. And it's really starting to accelerate things for me. Honestly, it's super powerful. So, and I think one of the gaps that you fill for a lot of people is older people didn't grow up with technology. And if you lose the ability to connect and you're scared, and one of the things that you teach is like, don't strive for perfection, just get it out, and honestly, it's interesting to go back through the library of my videos and see how the quality has slowly started to increase, and that's why I love to tag you, because you give me that feedback, like, that was crap, you need to change that one.
Yeah.
No, you need to do this, so. And that's probably, if there's anything, look, and I try to tell people this all the time, like, I'm pretty straightforward, genuine guy. I'm not a salesy guy. This is how I talk to people. I only want people to do better, and I think this is such an incredible outlying capability that our company builds or has for us to help build your brand. And I want to personally just say thank you, because one, I'm doing this right here. This is crazy. It's like 6 months ago, I would have no. Yeah. Absolutely not. So the only thing I can't pull off is the flat bill baseball cap.
I'm diverse in that too. I wear all hats, but you just always keeping you on your toes. But yeah, Danny, I mean, I think the last thing I will say to this is that one thing I learned, and this is applicable for any salesperson, so it applies to real estate agents as well, is when I figured out what real value to my target customer meant, that's when my business started to grow. And when you talk about it from loan officer to real estate, the value from a loan officer is typically, I answer my phone, I'm accessible nights and weekends, I meet commitment dates and closing dates, and I have good rates and great programs. That's not value. That's your job. Right. And it's the same thing for real estate agents. And so for the real estate agent that's still watching this, first of all, I applaud you because you stuck with this. But second of all, it's how to understand how to bring real value to your audience. And our industry has inundated and diluted the industry to the point now that I would argue that the real estate industry is probably one of the most vilified industries on the planet. And it's because of our poor marketing efforts, because we don't know how to be a good resource to our clients, especially through social media. We just want to put out self-serving content. And so it's a lot of what we talk about, because every other call in the platform is marketing based, marketing, social, video. And then the other one is typically all very market centric, real estate centric. And actually, Danny, what you're not even mentioning here is we're going to be adding weekly coaching calls. So you're going to have those, but then you're going to have 2 more coaching calls with Tristan himself, who's one of the great coaches in the industry. And so it's really going to be a very high value item for real estate agents, for real estate brokers, real estate brokerages. And we look forward to hopefully bringing this value to many, many more and helping them grow their business and put a different, bullet in their gun to make them more valuable and grow their business.